Crest outscored 10-8 in that third period. They outscored Layton 12-11 in the first, then got outscored 14-5 in the second, and 10-8 in the third. We talk about single-digit quarters in high school. You can usually survive one single-digit quarter, but having two, that's usually the kiss of death. Layton will get the ball to start the fourth. And I would imagine they won't be in any hurry with a 10-point lead on the road. They may burn as much time each possession as they can. Now what do I know? Colton Green can't get it to go, but Kemp comes up with the board after Hibbert keeps it alive. Anderson, short. Rebound fought for and a rebound foul. They're going to call it on Kemp. He can't believe it. Marcus Kemp with 2. Colton Green has 11 for Layton. 6 in that third period. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, right there. Look at that. He's got kind of got a hold of his jersey. It's not much. He wasn't shoving and yanking too much, but it was right there for the official to see. And pretty obvious. Perks streaks in and is fouled by Hibbert. That'll be his third. And it's free throws for Perks.
Foul is on Hibbert, his third. Cody Perks shooting.
Cody Perks will go to the line. 15 foul on Layton, only 1 on Mountain Crest. Perks too hard. Mustangs have the advantage at the line for the game. This is 12 free throws to 4. He misses and Knowles the rebound foul. And the Bronx cheer from the Layton fans. After only the second foul of the half being called on Mountain Crest. Kemp, Peterson, Anderson, Hibbert, and Johnson, Nick Johnson on the court for Layton. And they got a foul, and they're going to call it on Knowles.
Foul on Knowles, his second.
Tanner Knowles picks up 2 quick fouls. Out front, Hall. It's knocked down, no call. Then he fouls Hibbert, and he fouls him hard. Eddie Hall with his second.
Fellas on Eddie Hall, his second.
Take a look, there's Knowles. He kind of shows the ball, but all Hall can do is grab his arm and make sure he doesn't make that shot. Hibbert misses. Carlson replaces Perks. Hibbert, the only player in foul trouble for Layton. He's at the line. He has 3 fouls. Perks just sat down. He has 3 for Mountain Crest. And Hibbert hits 1 of 2. The Mustangs trail by 11. They've been down by as many as 13. Crosby all the way in, too hard. We've talked about Mountain Crest having trouble making shots. There's an unforced turnover. The first of the second half for Layton. But the maddening thing for the Mustangs is a lot of those missed shots have come at the rim. Jackson Webb in the ball game, number 3. He's going to give Crosby a rest. Pututau puts it in, but he walked. Pututau 8 points in the first half, scoreless here in the second. 14 turnovers for Mountain Crest. So they continue to struggle. Layton's lost 5 out of their last 7. Mountain Crest has won 5 in a row. And Layton turns it over. Coach Miller in the pregame, just joining us for Layton, talked about finishing games. They've had leads late and haven't been able to hold them. And here they are with a lead late. Putu-Tau to the basket with no call. And we're going the other way. 1 point scored between both of these teams in this fourth period so far. As we've played just over 2 minutes and Layton wants a timeout. Big game next week on our Valley Channel game of the week as Mountain Crest loads on the luxury buses, puts on down the road to Logan High School, where they'll take on the Logan Grizzlies, who, as we speak right now, are 9-1 and ranked in the top 5 in 4A. Skyview also ranked in the top 5 in 4A, and we'll be seeing them here pretty soon. Take a look at Putu-Tau trying to get something going for the Mustangs. Works his way in and nothing doing. He just kind of threw that one up, hoping for a call. If wishes were fishes, right? Mountain Crest led 12-11 at the end of 1 quarter. They were down by 8 at halftime. Down by 10 at the end of 3. They're down by 11 now. The ball has just not gone in the hoop for the Mustangs. Layton's played pretty well defensively. But Mountain Crest has missed a lot of shots. They have missed a lot of shots. And they've turned the ball over 14 times. And I think a key play came about midway through that third period. The man with the ball right there, JT Anderson. The Mustangs had cut it down to 7. And Tyler Crosby looked like he was free for a layup on the fast break on the other end. Timeout Layton as Anderson gets in trouble. Anderson did not give up on the play, followed it all the way back, blocked the shot, and then Layton got a shot at the other end. And it was a 4-point swing, and instead of being a 5-point Layton lead and some momentum for Mountain Crest, it ends up being a 9-point Layton lead at that point, and they built on it from there. With 5:23 to play in the third, they lead by 11. Pep band doing their part, trying to get some pep into the home team. Peterson triggers inbounds to Anderson. Anderson stuck in a corner and splits the double team. Layton with that 11-point lead and not really in a big hurry. Travel as Peterson fell down and they called him for the walk. 12 turnovers for Layton, but only 2 here in the second half after 10 in the first. Crosby back in. He runs with Webb, Hall, Putu-Tau, and Carlson. Hall works on Kemp. Corner to Webb. 3 is short again. How many shots have we seen hit the front of the iron tonight? This one out of bounds. As Webb got a hand on it. Moss will replace Anderson. Hibbert, left hand, got it. Hibbert with the up and under and goes to the left hand, and it's a 13-point lead now for Layton. Mountain Crest has scored no points this period. And only 5 the entire second half. And there's Webb.
Basket, Jackson Webb.
The first bucket of the game for Webb and the first bucket here in the fourth period for the Mustangs. But still an 11-point lead for Layton, and the clock an ally for the Lancers. Kemp shot goes, and he'll go to the line. Marcus Kemp with 6 points. And a nifty fader, kind of leaned back. And Pututau picks up his first foul. Watch this. Gets baseline underneath, leans back. Gets the contact, chucks it up, and scores. He misses the free throw. But still, it's back to a 13-point game, and Pututau just gives it away. He's looking up. He loses the handle. And then a foul by Mountain Crest. Tough, tough night for the Mustangs. They've only scored, Mountain Crest has only scored, I said they'd scored 5 in the second half. That was the second period they'd scored 5. They've only scored 10 the entire second half, 8 in that third period. They've been outscored 5-2 here in the fourth, and there's under 3.5 to play. Trumpeter sounding the charge, but it might be too late for the Ponies. For Layton, Cade Peterson has 8, Mike Hibbert has 8, Colton Green has 11. To lead the way. It's been very balanced scoring. Cade Peterson's fouled out front by Eddie Hall. That's 3 on Hall. And are in the penalty. The Mustangs in the penalty. You remember a few minutes ago when I talked about the Bronx cheer from the Layton faithful? At that time, it was 5-1. 5 Layton fouls, 1 foul on Mountain Crest. Since then, there's been 6 straight fouls on the Mustangs. And Layton still sitting at 5. If Peterson hits the free throw, 1 more for double figures for Cade Peterson. And he's got it. 10 points for Peterson. Biggest lead of the ball game for Layton, 15. Crazier things have happened, but we're under 3 minutes left. And we think the barn door has been shut for the Mustangs. Underneath, Webb can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. 16 turnovers, and the body language of the Mustangs is in the gutter. It has been for a little bit. For whatever reason, they haven't been able to hit shots.